Jasmine Hawkins, the co-founder of Becoming Her magazine.
And hi, you guys. It's Crystal Jordan, the other co-founder of Becoming Her magazine. And today we have.
Hi, I'm Dr. Viola, the owner of a Better Today Books and Boutique.
I want to start off by saying this is my first time here. I love your store.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And I love the attention to detail. Like, I don't know if I can focus on the camera today because I'm too busy focusing on the detail that you have here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That. A lot of work went into it and a lot of creativity. I'm a creative person, so I definitely wanted to express that in the store.
Okay.
And that is definitely, you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Yes, it's really beautiful. The kids area, you guys, is my favorite because it gives me the feel of like a wilderness type feel.
Yes. That's what I envision, almost like being trapped in like a fantasy forest, right? You know, like the fake mushroom house. Like, who wouldn't want to sit there or live there at least for a day?
Right.
So definitely want to read there, you know, so yeah.
So what was the inspiration on just creating this and having your own bookstore? Because that's pretty big.
Yeah. So I would say the inspiration to create a bookstore in general was I wanted to create a space that people could come to and feel like they were encouraged to want to read. And they were encouraged to take time to have more reading moments or get back to reading. Because I myself had to get back to reading. And I'm not going to say had to. I started looking forward to getting back to reading and like just having those moments where I was reading for fun. I got wrapped up in reading for school and that was a requirement, but I just wanted to do it and get back at it where it's just like, this is my moment, you know, to just relax, to have fun, to get trapped in a story, trapped in a fantasy forest, you know, something like that. So, yes.
So my question is, what is your Becoming Her moment since opening this store?
My becoming her moment?
Since opening this store.
Oh, okay. You know, okay. It happens every time someone comes in and tells me that they traveled from like over an hour, 50 minutes. Like they was like, yeah, I came all the way here from Douglasville or the other side of Atlanta because they had to get here. Like I'm like, they came here to come to my store? Like that's huge. They just seen it online or they seen me online and it was just like, I have to get there. And like when they tell me that, I'm like super encouraged. I'm like, I became her, I think. No, I became her.
I was just about to correct you. I was just about to correct her and say, no, you became her. You in that season.
Yes, I'm in that season. Yes.
This is beautiful.
Yes.
Like y'all gotta come check it out. I know I keep saying how nice it is. Come check it out and support. Okay, back to you.
Yes. Please do. Ditto. Yes. And you know, the thing is that when you come here, it's really about giving you that serene and whimsical, fun environment. At the same time, that's where my creativity is really expressed. It's a little bit of both of what I like. I guess you say things that identify me. Like I am definitely like a relaxed, chill mode person, but then I have like the fun side, that creative side. Um, the other side is not expressed here. It doesn't need to be. And so, but I think those are the two sides that I really want people to enjoy and experience themselves.
So how has God shown up in your life throughout this process?
Honestly, okay, starting from the moment when I literally told myself in the car that I'm gonna stop looking for a place. I was looking for a place and I couldn't find a place to lease. And I just kind of said I'm not gonna focus on it. And literally like probably less than 2 weeks, I was driving by this place and seen a Felice sign. And I feel like that was just God. Like he just showed up out of nowhere. And sometimes what it taught me was that I just need to trust and not focus and put all my effort into just trying to get something or trying to do something, that it'll happen when God says it's going to happen. And so that was like the biggest kind of like experience that I had where God showed up.
That's powerful. That is like when you decided to just let go and let God, he was like, all right, finally.
Yes. Yep.
I felt that.
Yeah.
I have so much to add right there. When you just let go and let God, God would just be right there and show you what you need in that moment. I'm a sensitive person. Today has been an emotional day for me. So if I
She's been
end up
crying all day,
crying,
y'all.
like, don't mind me, okay? All right. So, my question for you, since opening your store, what's the biggest takeaway that you had so far, or the biggest success story for another author?
For me, that I've learned to surrender because I had so many plans in opening the store that I wanted to like execute, and I wanted it to be finalized by the time I opened the store. I did push the date for the opening a couple of times, and honestly, I'm glad I did because I feel like the timing was right. But if you left it to me, I would have pushed it again. But I came to a point where I surrendered and said, what's here is here, what's done is done, and what's not done is not done. And that's not me, because normally I would have been like, oh, but we didn't get this section the way I wanted to, and this furniture. And I still have parts of the store, even though people don't see it that way, still have parts of the store that I'm like, new furniture there, new this there, more books here. And I've learned that before the grand opening where I had to surrender, and that honestly, like, it helps me to relax now because I still have things that I want to do. And because I've learned to surrender and really taken on that, it doesn't make me as anxious. I don't worry as much about it, and I know it's going to come in due time.
This is my new thing, you guys.
Yes. She did this in the meeting, and we heard this is not poetry. I'd be like, it's not poetry. Okay. I think you got it from naturally.
Girl, I don't know. I saw it on social media.
I think she got it from.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
knew it
Yes.
because she does it a lot.
Yes, she does. It's hilarious. Okay. Focus.
I'm going to do it too.
So, I know that you spotlight authors, correct?
Yes.
So, what has been the takeaway from the authors that you are spotlighting and them having their books here? What's been their feedback?
Yeah, so we have an independent author section here, specifically dedicated to the authors who have self-published. And there's so many various topics that people come in to, submit their book. And I would say the takeaway is, so I sit down with each independent author when they bring their book in, and we just sit down and I talk to them to find out the why behind their book. And they usually just go into their story. And the biggest, like, I could assume that someone wrote a book because they're passionate about the topic, but it's not until you hear someone's story associated with why they sat down and write a book over 100, 200, 300 pages that you're like you connect with that story differently. Like you connect with that book differently. So like each and every book that someone has written and has submitted here, like I know their stories. So when they're on the shelves here, I feel like I'm already connected to this book in a way that is different than other books that are well known and in many bookstores. And so I feel like that's special. We get to sit down and learn people's stories, and I would love to know all of the author stories here. But when you get to sit down with someone and hear that, you just it just it's you you find, like, for me, I find more, I'm I'm looking for the right word, but I just feel like I'm more connected
Yeah.
to that book. And so, you know, I want to put books out there and encourage people to read more books and have more reading moments. But I definitely want to make sure that it's stories that people can connect to. And so if someone comes in and says, oh, I want to read more about divorce or finding a mate, whatever it is, and I have books on that, I'm more than likely going to point to the independent author books first.
You should make that a podcast, to be honest.
Yeah.
You should, like, a requirement for their book is in your store is they sit down similar to this and do a podcast, interview with you and talk about the book.
In your bookstore.
Wow.
Yep. And it will be this is me and Jasmine word. It will amplify the author voice. Even if you don't pick the book, their story will still get out there.
Yeah.
So you're still doing what you want to do for the community and the independent artists. Because me and Jasmine are independent authors. We write about our kids having autism, and I know she's working on more projects as well. I know she write about God, so I mainly focus on autism. I don't really focus on other things, but yeah. So that if we didn't have this platform, I know Jasmine and I would appreciate coming to a bookstore to give us a chance, because a lot of bookstores, to be honest, they don't give independent authors a chance. They look over us. They want to get the heavy hitters, and our stories are more important versus the heavy hitters. And I'm saying that with love and compassion. I'm not saying their stories are not important. I'm just saying the independent author who sat down with hardly probably no budget to write that book is more powerful than the person who got a ghostwriter write that book for them. No shade, no tea. That part.
Oh, don't start now.
That's so
No. No.
That's so true.
It is true. Yeah.
So,
Did you want to add to that?
yeah. So it makes me think about there's been many authors that have come in, many independent authors, and it's one, actually more than a couple, but one specific author who I got a chance to sit with her. Her story, her background, motivation, and passion for writing the book was just like super touching. When I realized though afterwards that the book itself wasn't probably really stellar as far as in the way it was formatted, certain the way certain things could have been written could have been improved. By then I was already connected with her story, and I knew that people needed to hear a story like this. And I knew that at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is we can always seek perfection for areas we want to be well in, right? Or that we need encouragement in. But sometimes in all honesty, imperfection is what we need. Someone who's just like raw. So I almost consider some of the books, a few of them, where it's not as perfect, it's not as stellar in its the way it's formatted, or sometimes even the grammar or the structure. But I'm like, it's a raw story. Like it's like it is what it is. Like just like if I'm talking to you, I'm probably using certain phrases that should not be used, is not in the dictionary, but I'm speaking to you real.
Yeah. It's no fluff.
It's no fluff.
No fluff.
Take the filters off. And so I feel like that's what some people out there, they want to connect with authors like that as well. So we love having those books on our bookshelves just as well as someone who has a picture perfect, book that's backed by big money.
Right.
I was gonna do it, but I was waiting. You saw me. I'm like, my hand is like.
So what is next for you, Dr. Viola, in the bookstore? What's the next steps, if you don't mind sharing?
Oh, too much, too much. No, I'm excited about so many things. I've been connecting with other bookstore owners. Is it okay to give a shout out to a certain bookstore?
Sure.
Okay, 44th and 3rd in Atlanta. It's across the street from Morehouse School of Medicine, my alma mater. And the bookstore owner it's a husband and a wife, but it's almost like I almost see them like kind of like as mentors now. Literally just spoke to them today. And so one of the biggest things, I want to connect with other bookstore owners not just even for myself and not even just for the learning process, but because I just feel like we can create a community,
Yeah.
right?
I was just thinking that. I was about to say book owners meet up.
Yes, we need to create a community. Like, it should be natural to talk to each other. Like,
Yeah.
if you're in makeup, like, who wouldn't want to be around other makeup artists? If you're a chef, who wouldn't want to be around other chefs? I don't want to feel like I'm on an island. Already quite a few events. We've had ladies' night. We've had coloring by candlelight. We've had game night. We had puzzle mania. So all of our events are events where we encourage wellness. And so it sounds trivial, coloring. Okay, maybe because the bookstore fine, you get away with it. No, like the point is to do a relaxing activity, get back to the basics, doing puzzles. Okay, enhances your mood, increases dopamine to make you feel better, and it's also problem solving. You have problem solving benefits as well. But one of our most special ones we've recently had is our wellness spoken word event. And that was an open mic night, and you had some authors here who were like just reading from their book, speaking about things that they haven't been able to necessarily share in a audience setting, so that was really encouraging. And then some people weren't authors, they wrote poetry, they wrote some type of poem. And like two of the people specifically that I knew, I didn't even know they wrote, let alone, you know would be so bold to do something like this, but then do it so well. Like, it was just so good. One of the ladies' poems, I'm like, I want you to write that out because I want to put it in the bookstore. So we're trying to encourage wellness with our events. That's our goal in the past, and we're still doing that. We have quite a few things planned. Wellness nights, Black History Month, Black Wellness Night. Definitely a couple of author signing celebrations. We call it author signing celebrations. It's not just the author signing. When they're doing this, it's going to be a celebration. And so we're going to also party. So if someone's having their author signing celebration here, it's also going to be something where we get to celebrate them, because that's a huge task and a big thing that they're going to do.
It is.
I like the
It really
poetry thing. I love the poetry thing.
The blooms. Okay, yes. Yes. One of my most special, I get so excited. Oh my gosh. So we have the most beautiful community of people called the Bloomers, and they come here they came to just visit the bookstore. And they're a special needs community. They're all adults. And so I love this program because it's a day program where they go to make sure they have something productive to do. And you can imagine just it's a lifestyle or life skills building program for them, as well as they get to have friendships with other people who are similar to them. So they came here their first time to the bookstore. Super, super excited for me. And then we have a couple who volunteer every week. So once a week on a Wednesday, they come here and they volunteer. I have a social media video where the first one is like, the bloomers are here. And so every time they come every week, I'm like, the bloomers are here. Like, I don't always record it, but it just lights me up, And so that's what we want to be about, not because of anything social media wise or, to publicize, but because like that's the type of community that I want to really build here, So I think that's one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to, just like how we can continue to grow with the bloomers. This week they'll be here with we have Cancer Support Day coming up, where we give back a portion of our sales to cancer nonprofit or some other type of nonprofit. This week is a cancer nonprofit organization. And so the bloomers are going to be here and they're going to be volunteering. So they're going to be helping to just the other cancer survivors who are here, the cancer survivors who are here, to really encourage them and see what help they can provide during the day. So I think that's really cool.
It is.
I'm so happy that the bloomers came up because y'all know special needs is close to my heart. But I love that, and I want to give your flowers that you are including them into your your store because inclusion is very important, and making sure we have that community, they can get jobs just like anybody else is super important. So
And loving on them.
yeah,
Yes.
because they are enough.
Yeah.
We just need people to understand them and believe in them
Yeah.
and understand that they can work too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's amazing.
And they matter too.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
There's one other thing that I too wanted to mention because I got connected through them because of this other partnership, which is with Rise Coffee Shop. And we have a partnership with them. We'll have like their baked goods, their coffee here. But the owner there, she's the former owner of Rise, but she's the one who actually owns Bloom now. And so, awesome women, Nicole and Beth Moore, who's a part of Rise. And so that partnership is just, it's so important to get tied in with your community as a business owner in general. And so that one partnership turned into just so many other ways where it's just like, wow, I just see the community being built here. And I love that.
You have a question?
No.
Oh, you don't?
I asked my question. It's your
Oh,
turn.
it's my turn, y'all. So, where do you see your store at your 1 year anniversary? Like, where do you?
Dr. Viola,
Yes.
you have an exclusive for us?
I have an exclusive.
I'm done. Jasmine need to stay on social media. She need to stay on.
So I have, something special that we're planning is to honor people in the community who have been nominated by others, but is doing outstanding work for people within the community. And it's the people that you wouldn't automatically assume, not everyone who has already maybe a big following or is constantly acknowledged. We want to bring light, just like we do with independent authors, bring light to the people that are not spoken about as much or haven't gotten their due.
Yeah.
And their recognition. So here at A Better Today Books and Boutique, we want to have an awards ceremony to honor those people in this community. And when I say this community, I'm talking about Metro ATL. And so that's going to be, I'm excited about that. And I'm just excited about, I feel like I'm already meeting some of these people. Like, I want to nominate them by myself. It probably wouldn't be fair. One or two will be, just me. But, I'm meeting some wonderful people.
Yeah.
Owners of publishing houses, Black women, even if they're not Black. Like, I'm just meeting some great people that I really feel like they deserve to be honored by a business that is so community focused. And so I'm really excited about that.
Is that your core value of your brand?
Empowering.
Yeah. And getting back to the
You
community.
know what? That's such a deep question. I feel like that's the core value of my brand, even before the bookstore.
Your
And
personal brand.
of my personal brand. Like, I realize that's just something like I'm just passionate about it. Like, it comes natural to me. So definitely with having a bookstore now that is community focused, like, I really want to blow that up even more. So yes, it is.
Okay, that was my question.
So, where can an audience find you and the bookstore?
Yes. So first, I would say you can find me at it's my favorite platform. I'm found on a couple of platforms, but my favorite one is Instagram. And you can find me at Dr. Lanier, which is Dr. Viola Lanier. You can find the bookstore, definitely find the bookstore at A Better Today Bookstore. So ABETTERTODAYSTORE. You can also find us on Threads at A Better Today Bookstore. You can find us on Facebook at A Better Today Bookstore. And you can go to our website as well, because that's where you'll find out about our events. And that's www.abettertodaybook.store.
Wait, you didn't say .com. So repeat that website one more time.
It's okay, right. So it's www.abettertodaybook.store.
Okay, did y'all get that? Because I personally didn't get it the first time. It went over my head.
Where's the
We was like, where's the right?
It's just dot store, yes.
I did say what
And,
was
and we're
.com.
located in Marietta, Georgia. So we're at 2300 Charlotteford Road, 2300 Charlotteford Road in Marietta, Georgia. Still in the Metro ATL area, so there's no excuse that you can't get here.
So make sure y'all support her and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to like, comment.
And subscribe.
If you want to be featured, go to becomehermagazine.com.
Bye.
Bye.